You might have seen this clip from Bradley Martin's grand opening of his new Zoo Culture gym. And I don't know if it's called Zoo 2 or New Zoo or what it's called, but what instantly came to mind was that one scene in the SpongeBob movie when Mr. Krabs had the grand opening of his new restaurant called Krusty Krab 2. Like, can we all just recognize this is a complete wet fart to what the gym industry is? Unfortunately, we just got the bad ending. How has life become so dystopian to the point where if you don't have a minimum amount of followers on MySpace or Club Penguin, then they refuse to let you buy their overpriced day pass to a mediocre gym, where you can maybe, just maybe, get the chance to sneak a peek of a gym influencer, or maybe get a good old sniff of a B-list gym YouTuber. In a situation like this, when it comes to YouTubers not drawing the line between fans and customers, you have to recognize you're getting taken advantage of either way. Like, I don't really care how big of a fan you are when it comes to these massive gym tubers. I don't care if you got Bradley Martin's butt plug and your butt cheeks vibrating on max settings, or if you're using their pre-workout as lube to get down on your gym bros. In the back of your mind, you know it's pretty upsetting to see these gym YouTubers overprice and sell anything to their fans for a profit with zero value. No matter how you spin it, Bradley Martin is already rich. He 1000% has different revenue streams and has gone on record many times in different videos to say that running a gym and trying to make actual money and profit off of it is very hard. So I don't see why he couldn't have found a better way to give back to his community. He could have made an easy gym product and slapped his brand on it and called it a day, but instead he decided an overpriced iron church. Let's talk about the name. Zoo Culture. The name itself is trying too hard to be edgy and unique, but it just comes across as cheesy and forced. It's one thing to have a unique concept, but it's another thing to entirely have a name that makes people clench their butt cheeks. Another issue with Zoo Culture is the price. The monthly membership is significantly higher than other gyms in the area. $125 a month, and yet the facilities and offerings are not necessarily any better. Sure, you might get a free towel that an e-girl might have wiped her coochie sweat on, but is that extra sniff really worth the extra money you'll be paying? What people really want is a cheap-ass gym where they can just take a shower and stare at old Chinese half-naked guys in the bathroom. And this guy's over here quadrupling or even tripling the price, and we get to see half-naked girls instead? Do I look like a joke to you? I only came here to see throbbing biceps of an absolute gorilla of a man. Now let's talk about the website. Instead of talking about anything fitness related or anything to better yourself, or maybe just a random Bradley Martin YouTube video, there's just 3 black squares stating day pass, monthly subscription, or annual subscription. The website looks like one of those joke scam websites on the Indian black market where you insert your credit card here. Let's talk about the appearance of the people who go to these gyms. Instead of Zoo Culture, it should be called Douche Culture, because half the people who go here don't even care about health and they only have their phones out for their aesthetics and clout points. There's a 0% chance you're ever going to see an actual overweight person trying to better their lives going to Zoo Culture. Instead of them deciding to walk in and they're entering the lair of evil villains cultivating the worst gym experience ever. Words can't describe what the feeling of Zoo Culture would be like when you open the doors for the first 10 seconds. The overwhelming feeling of depression and anxiety would scare away even the IRS. I bet the smallest weight plates they have at Zoo Culture are 45s, and the biggest ones they have is just a giant one that has a label on it that says only roids can make this happen. Zoo Culture is the definition of being woke for woke's sake. They definitely have an entire corner dedicated to fat people in order to stay inclusive and not get canceled because all the gym influencers go there. And instead of a boxing section, I bet they have an entire room that resembles an RV or like a trailer park. And inside, instead of punching bags and speed bags, there's a crack mama waiting to get her shit rocked by a man with roid rage or a war veteran with PTSD. And I'm not talking regular PTSD, I'm talking post-traumatic small dick syndrome for all the juicers with their balls who shrank to the size of atoms. The cardio room doesn't exist either. It's just an entire room full of mirrors so they can take 360-degree panoramas of their ass cheeks. Their merch and product section will consist of organic meth-infused pre-workout and roids, protein powder made of tears of the poor fat kids who can't afford to go here. And obviously you can't forget about the clothing lines. I bet their clothing line would be so skin tight it would make Catwoman's superhero costume look baggy. Can't forget about the essentials like the 3-pack wife beater that comes with a 10-pack of rings and a coupon to a Jeep dealership, and a bonus prize of 3 flavors of Viagra. You got blue ball sweat for your spotters, black tar heroin, e-girl electrolyte, and white for white power, because half the people who go here are definitely balding with white supremacist hats under those beanies. Oh, and how can I forget about the gym's opening times? I bet it changes every day because it's based off the Be Real app scheduling system, and it closes based off the lunar calendar of Ramadan and Kwanzaa. I bet in the bag they have a Aziz shrine and an Arnold Schwarzenegger clone where they milk him for his Mr. Olympia status. And I bet the people going there bring a duffel bag expecting to change in their gym clothes, knowing damn well they've been wearing gym clothes aesthetic styles all day. So they're definitely just smuggling in 17 ounces of roids and 2 gallons of protein powder, and a backup dildo in case they really want to feel something during leg day. I bet Zoo Culture is the only gym that lets you vape inside. You open the door, doors and you're just greeted with an entire cloud of fog, or you think you're entering a mystical paradise, but instead you're entering stage 4 lung cancer and a nicotine addiction that's greater than an affinity for posing in front of school bathroom mirrors. I bet the TV on the wall don't even play sports or regular television. They just have Bradley Martin's YouTube videos and podcasts. That way they can rack up views, reinvest in the company, and label themselves as the #1 gym podcast in the world. The water fountains aren't actually water either. They're just Nelk's Happy Dad hard seltzer spring out of a faucet. The front desk, I bet when you walk in, instead of scanning your membership, the front desk makes you open up your TikTok and Instagram. Unless you got 500k followers, you're not allowed to go in. If you have 1 million followers, you're allowed in the sauna and weight room. And if you're obese, you just have to go in your dedicated corner. Fun fact, Zoo Culture is actually sponsored by Donald Trump Corporation. Every time you leave, you get a free MAGA hat. You know how gyms usually have those weird fees where you have to cancel or first time sign up? Instead, it's not actually money, but just a ballot for Donald Trump so you could vote for him in advance. The snack bar is selling smoothies made out of 98% protein, 1% fruit, and 1% tears, blood, and cum. The snacks consist of typical LA cuisine like kale chips, In-N-Out, and anything on a vegan menu. And if you're lucky enough to access the secret menu through an employee discount, then you're just gonna get served a steaming pile of Bradley Martin's shit fresh from his rectum. And obviously, once you finished your workout, packed up your bags, and ready to go, the only way you can leave is through the exit. But before you leave, you have to publicly endorse the brand on your social media profiles. And then going through the exit doors, you have to slide down a slide into a ball pit where they infuse your blood with Captain America's super soldier serum, because they can't have you leaving looking like you're not drenched in sweat and pulsating with muscles. And if I'm being real, this is the only part where I agree with Zoo Culture's policies, because the only muscles you actually work out in this gym are the thumbs, since you'll be on your phone the whole time. Overall, Zoo Culture makes my butt cheeks clench so hard to the point where I'm pretty sure they can have nuclear fusion occur between them. Zoo Culture is just a cesspool of troglodytes to deter people away from even wanting to go to the gym more than they would previously. Subscribe or else I'll abolish photosynthesis.